Hey friends, today is April 27th, 2020, and it is Monday. Welcome to a new week of online learning. I hope you guys are doing well. This week we're going to be thinking about the central message or the moral of a story. This is something that we talked about what seems like forever ago, and we'll be talking about it in the weeks to come because it's kind of tricky. We really have to dig into a story. So the central message is the lesson that the author is trying to tell you. So these are things like treat others the way that you would like to be treated, don't be a bully, don't steal, just positive messages that the author is trying to teach us and tell us. So in order to find these, we have to be investigators. We have to think about what's the problem in the story. Usually, we only find problems in a story when it's in fiction, so when it's not true. Otherwise, we just have characters and they just kind of are in the story, and that's kind of boring. There has to be a problem in order to really make it a story, and at the end the problem's usually solved. So think about what the problem is and what the characters try to do about it. How do they try to solve the problem, or what do they do in order to try to fix the problem? And so thinking about that, what are they learning? What are the characters learning in the story? Because what the characters learn is kind of what the author's trying to teach us. So again, kind of digging into the story, thinking about what the problem is, what the characters are doing to solve the problem, and what they're learning from the story will show us what the lesson is. Again, these are things like never give up, don't steal, be a good friend, try new things, those types of positive messages, and kind of ways of looking at life, that type of thing. Again, this is tricky because we really have to dig into a story and think really hard and critically about these things. So it's okay if we don't understand this right away. We'll be practicing it later in the weeks to come and again in second grade. But our goal is just to try and practice it and find it in the stories that are attached to the slide, as well as maybe books at home. Try that out too if you want. For math, we're going to be thinking about story problems, and this is something pretty new for us. So thinking about reading a story problem, so these will be written out in words, and we have to figure out what the problem is asking us. Are we adding or subtracting? Or what are our numbers that we're using? We'll have to make an equation and solve it. So what you can do is you can look at the problem that's on the math box and try to solve it yourself, or you can follow along with me as I work out the problem in more than one way, and you can kind of follow along with me. Either one of those things works. For phonics, we're going to be looking at long E. So these are words that have the EA pattern, E consonant E. This is something that we've looked at before, so E consonant E should be a little bit familiar. E and EE. So these make the long E sound. They say their name. Do you know what a short E would sound like? Eh. So these sound like E. They say their name. They're long. So look at the words that are attached to the literacy box. So you can click on the long E that's red and bolded and open up that document. You can see all the words for this week. And what you can do is kind of do word sorts that we would normally do. You can either maybe cut them out or write them down and cut them out and sort them by the spelling pattern, E, E consonant E, E or EE. Sort them out that way, or you can practice writing them, whatever works for you, as long as you're maybe trying to explore them for a few minutes every day. For writing, thinking about opinion again. So opinion is what you think and what you feel about something. It's not necessarily wrong or right, it's just what you think and feel. So writing your opinion about your favorite team. So this could be basketball, baseball, Olympic teams, softball teams, football teams, whatever teams you can think of. It could be at the professional level, like the Packers or the Vikings, or it could be I like the Lakers. So explaining your reasoning too. So for example, I like the Packers. I know some of my friends don't. That's okay, because this is our opinion. So I like the Packers because I'm from Wisconsin. So I'm kind of explaining my reasoning behind that. So try that out. You can always send me pictures of your work on Facebook or through the Remind app, or send me a text message, whatever works for you, and let me know how it goes. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm here. And again, don't get overwhelmed. I know I kind of threw a lot of things at you, and what I want you to do is do what you can do at home. So maybe you only get to the read aloud for today, and that's the best that you can do, and that's totally fine. Then maybe tomorrow go through the math things, or maybe just spend a little bit of time on writing and finish it throughout the week. Or try to find what works for you. I don't want this to be stressful or overwhelming. I know that it seems like a lot. Again, do your best. Let me know how I can help. I miss you guys so much. I'll see you soon. Bye.